Welcome to the video tutorial on how to use the Cortland Global Quality Management System documentation community site on the Hub. To find the site, open Internet Explorer and your default will be the Hub homepage. At the top are different tabs. Click on the Communities tab and find in the short list of your communities the Cortland Global Quality Management System documentation site. Click on that link and then you will be on the home page for the Cortland Global Quality Management System documentation site. On the site, you do have a home page, and then we have different subsites for each Cortland location: New York, Washington, United Kingdom, and we also have a site for the quote to ship. Within New York, Washington, and United Kingdom is where you will find all of the approved documents. We will click into New York, and once you're on the site for New York, you'll see that there is document change requests here. You also see approved quality manuals here, approved procedure manuals, approved standard work, approved work instructions, and approved forms in these libraries. The way that the documents are entered into the site is through the document change request. So the document administrator enters in document change requests here, and the documents go through a workflow process where they are either approved or rejected and moved into the appropriate folders. If I click into one of the document change requests, you can see all of the information that is entered for each document. As mentioned, once a document goes through the DCR request process and is approved, it is moved into its approved library. We will look at the Forms Approved library. So now you can tell that we are in the Forms Approved document library, and you can find the document that you're looking for. You can either find the document by the name by clicking here and sorting it alphabetically, or if you happen to know the document number, you can click here and find the actual number that you're looking for, or again you can sort the number. In this case, I know I want to look for the purchase order document, the purchase order form, and now I see the purchase order form here. I'm going to go back, clear this out, and again, if I wanted to find the purchase order by name, right now it's sorted alphabetically. I would scroll through and notice that we do have many forms in this library. We see them in groups of 100. So I click here to see the next 100 documents. And it looks like I still need to go one more page over to find, and just by using the scroll bar, the purchase order document here. Another way to find a document that you're looking for is to use the search. So I'm back into the Forms Approved library, and if I wanted to find a purchase order and I didn't know my document number and I wasn't quite sure of how the document was named, I could type in keywords that relate to the document, type in purchase order, and click search. So here are the results for searching for purchase order. Notice that there are 16 results. We're looking at the first 1 through 10 of those 16 results. And it's going to pick up any word purchase order in the document, whether it's in the title or in the content itself. So we're looking at this one. Unfortunately, this is a document that I'm looking for, and I can tell it's a Word document and the name is purchasing order. And it shows me where it's located in the Forms Approved folder. So that's perfect. That's the document that I'm looking for. But just to show you some of the other documents that come up, purchasing requisition, that must have purchase and order in here somewhere in the text, etc. So when you do the search, you'll get your results back, and then you just need to try to find the correct document that you're looking for. And the best way to do that is to look at the titles and then also at the address of where that document is located. And I can open it in one of two ways. I can click on the document here and it will open up in Word, or I can view it in the SharePoint browser. I'm going to click on View in Browser. You can see that the document comes up and I can confirm, yes, this is the document that I'm looking for. And then if I want to print, I would click File, Print, and then I will get the print screen to be able to print my document. If I wanted to open the document in Word to be able to save it and make some changes to the document, this screen will come up, either read only or check out and edit. All of the visitors to this site, which are most of our users for this site, have read-only access. And that is how I'm logged in at this point, is as a read-only. If I try to check out and edit and click OK, it's going to tell me, sorry, you need to log in, and that I don't have access to that document. But if you're in Word, leave it on read-only, click OK, it will open up in Word. And now I have a clean version of the document. And all I can do is I can print it from here as well, or I could save it to my desktop and then use the form. If I click Save As, you'll see that it would allow me to save it to my desktop. If I didn't use the search, so now I want to open the document without doing a search, and let's say I just knew my document number. Here's my document. I can use the drop down to view it in browser like we did before with the search, or I can double click on it here, which will also open it up in the browser and be able to do the same type of work with the document. I can open in Word, do the file print, etc. This is where I want to close the document and get back to the site. Back at the home page, I want to look at the quote to ship section of the site. So this site looks very similar to the Cortland Global Quality Management System documentation part of the site. But here we also have it by location, New York, Washington, and United Kingdom. This has different permission levels. Most of the members that are able to see the quote to ship section have contribute rights, which is one step up from read rights, meaning that you can edit and add documents. So if I click into New York, you'll see that I can get into the design review library. And if I wanted to add a document, I would click on add document, browse to find the file, and it would be uploaded. When I click into the folders, I can see all of the documents that are in that folder. Again, I could open the document by clicking on it here. I can use the drop down. I can edit it directly in Microsoft Word. I would possibly need to check out the document if I'm a contributor. That way, if I'm working on the document, nobody else can be working on the document at the same time. Another feature in the quote to ship library is what is version history on documents. So on this document, if I click here on this drop down and look at version history, it is keeping all the changes to the document in versions. And if I needed to go back and find an older version of a document, I could do that and click on the document, click OK, and it would open up that copy of the document, and I could restore it as the current document if I needed to. You can see that here. For now, we'll leave it as is. So now I need to get back to the Quality Management System part of the site, so I will click here on that link, and I'm back to the home page. And this video will be stored for future use on the home page under How to Use this site. So by clicking there, this page will always have a video available for future reference on how to use the site.